What is up, everyone, and welcome to episode 72 of the Party Chat Podcast. As always, I am your host, Squiggy, and I am joined by Slazo and Laura. How are you both? And hello.
Alright.
I'm excellent, thank you.
I missed the hello part. Hello.
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 There we go. Got that out of the way with. Been playing anything recently? Anyone?
I played some Mafia 3 earlier. Because I decided yesterday while downloading updates for like Forza and FIFA and basically every game under the sun that is multiplayer. I decided that I should try and finish my games that I've started, and I remember that Mafia 3 used to be important to me and I should go do it, and I thought I'll just crack on with the story missions. And then I basically did the next story mission, which then unlocked all these other side missions, and a part of me can't move on without doing the side missions first. So basically I'm back to where I was, being stuck. And not stuck on it, as in stuck. Not making progress, but playing lots of it.
I love how you went from like being super hyped for that game to forgetting it exists.
Literally about to say the same thing.
I know, and it really hurts because Mafia 2 was so good and so gripping and everything. And the Mafia 3 story, what I've got of the Mafia 3 story is like as good a story. Slightly, I prefer the more Mafia direct angle rather than taking down and doing your own thing, the Mafia 3 story. But the story is still really strong and really detailed. It's just the gameplay is so repetitive in the early stages, and then like now one of the side missions is for me to go win 12 races. They took all the bad parts of GTA and other open world games and put them in, and it just ruined it for me. So I was like, Mafia should have just stuck doing its own thing rather than trying to be like, oh, you can spend hours in the open world. Yeah, doing boring stuff. Sorry. I'm quite done.
Are you done with your rant? I feel like I shouldn't have asked that question now. We've started a rant.
No, you literally said what you've been playing, and I generally just go, oh, no, nothing. And then the one time...
I was quite shocked you had a game.
To be fair, I literally played it earlier because I was waiting for other things. But that's not important. I've made progress on it. That's all you need to know. I got an achievement, and that counts as progress.
Yes, it does. Slazo, have you played anything this week?
Mainly just focusing on Final Fantasy 14 at the moment. Now with all the Stormblood news has come out, like been playing through that, trying to catch up with everything. Who knows if I ever will, because it's an MMO that goes on for 20 years, so probably not.
I'm sure you'll finish it eventually.
Maybe, but I'm having fun, like maining my healer again, so... Because there's not a lot of healers in Final Fantasy 14, so you usually, when you have to do a dungeon, you usually get in quick, so... Yeah, it's good fun. I'm enjoying it. It's been a while since I last properly played it, so getting a chance to sit down with it for more than like an hour a week has been good. How about you, Squiggy? Been playing anything?
What have I been playing? I played some FIFA against Laura, which Laura probably obviously didn't want to talk about.
Oh no, I can talk about it, because to be fair, I did win a game, and the other couple games, I was kind of aggrieved by the first two
Basically
games against you, because it was basically the freakiest own goals I've ever seen. And I feel Squiggy, before he insults me, I feel he would have to say that was probably the worst FIFA games we've ever had, especially the first one when we both hadn't played it for a while.
Some of the worst. Yeah.
It was diabolical, really.
And
that own goal, the butt goal, that is terrible. If we want to talk through the butt goal, basically he was about to run the ball out of play, if anything, and he fired the ball across the face of the goal, and my goalie was sticking out.
Goalie,
it hit the goalie in the butt and went in. It was
basically so I knew my angles.
No, you were not aiming for that goalie. There's no way. And there's the other goal, not even that goal, the one where you took the free kick and my defender stood in front of my goalie, then jumped when you struck it, and he butted it into the goal. It was just a theme of own goal butt.
It was, yeah.
Oh, it was horrible.
The players made an ass themselves.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and then Laura won a game finally, without having a shot on target.
Not by target, do we mean the goal?
Yeah,
or
without having a shot.
Okay.
Yeah, I got my own goal, luck, because it basically struck Squiggy's keeper.
And went in.
And it was going, yeah.
And I just couldn't score. Like, literally, I did everything but score. It was one of those games. And then
it was just horrible series again.
Yeah. And then I've just been playing Call of Duty again. I'm really getting into both Infinite Warfare multiplayer and Modern Warfare Remastered multiplayer. And I never thought I would get that into Infinite Warfare, but I really enjoy it. It's I think I've been saying this quite a lot. I didn't think how much I would enjoy it when I first saw it, but I really like it, and I don't understand why a lot of people hate it. I don't really get the hate, if that makes sense.
It's too trigger, isn't it? I don't know, unless they've toned it down a bit. But my experience of it was always too twitch, so it was I can't be bothered.
It feels alright when I've been playing it. But,
not that Modern Warfare is much better.
No, Modern Warfare is better, but yeah, I don't know. I've enjoyed both, to be honest. I think I've sunk probably close to 40 hours altogether into multiplayer on both of them, which is quite an achievement.
Oh well,
quite an achievement.
Stay tuned for Squiggy and an esports team near you soon.
The ambition is real.
The ambition is real. Imagine that. I'm not good enough. That's the main problem. If I was good, maybe, but I'm not good. Really
Better get practicing.
Yeah, it's a good point. So we'll just end this podcast here. I'm going to go and play Call of Duty.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll take over hosting.
Okay then.
Right.
Can you do the little blurb?
I can do the do.
That's all you can do.
That's all you need to do, right?
No, there's more. So, if you're listening and wondering what is going on, talking about esports, Laura talking about butt girls, and Slazo going da. This is the Party Chat Podcast, brought to you every Wednesday by Retro Remastered. You can find us on iTunes and all other podcasting services. We post at retroremastered.com at 9 a.m. and we go up on YouTube at some point on the Wednesday. I think it was 20 past 9 this week, I think I slacked a little bit, but it was close still. I kind of just saw the Retro Twitter account tweeted out, and I was like, oh yeah, I've got to do the YouTube thing. I'll get on that. And I got on that at 20 past 9. But that's not the point. No one noticed. Did anyone notice?
I was probably doing more important things. I'm not going to
I noticed because I care.
That means no one noticed.
Yeah, pretty much. How did you know I didn't really care inside? It's because I don't care about anything.
Because
apart from Mafia 3.
Apart from this podcast, because we all care about this podcast.
Hey up!
I care about this podcast.
Yeah, I know.
No one said we didn't.
So anyway, let's jump straight into the news before we have an emotional breakdown. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 8 apparently.
Good counting skills. Do you wanna?
Let's just go through them and see what I've missed. Yeah.
Count along at home, kids. See who was right.
You count and see who's right. Oh wait, yeah, I've got 2 extra ones which I didn't write down. I didn't think they were that important, but I thought I'll put them on anyway. So, the first one is about Halo. So, Halo 5 launched... When did it launch? 2 years ago? I believe?
2 years already? Jeez.
Yeah, I think so. And basically, it didn't have split-screen multiplayer, which all Halo games before that had. And a lot of people kicked off. A lot of the long-term fans sort of got really annoyed because split-screen Halo is quite fun. It's one of the most... I don't know what user like, but I used to play
split-screen game.
No, but I'm saying I used to play a lot of split-screen Halo back in the day, and I had a lot of fun from it. I don't know if you were the same or not, but...
I mean, I did when Halo 1 and 2 were a thing, but not really afterwards. When Xbox Live came along, I kind of mostly abandoned split-screen play.
Yeah, we still have gaming days where we just all get together and food and Halo. Not Halo 5, obviously. But the good news,
I still have those, but we don't bother with Halo.
Yeah. But the good news is that 343, the developer, have come out and said that split-screen multiplayer is going to be back for every next Halo. And, I mean, let's be honest, it's kind of them confirmed there's going to be another Halo, but we already knew that anyway.
I mean...
It's a confirmed trilogy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I think because they're saying this, I think they're going to show a bit more of Halo 6 at E3. That's my opinion.
Sense.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's going to be split screen. It's Halo. We know how that rolls. It wasn't a big news story, but I thought we'll just put it in anyway. But yeah, I think there'll be a teaser E3 of Halo 6, definitely.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, Halo Wars 2's out now, so need a new Halo to keep those Xbox fans happy.
Yeah. So next on my list is Game of Thrones actress Natalie Dormer is voicing the Doctor in Mass Effect Andromeda.
Which one's Natalie Dormer?
Natalie Dormer is in Game of Thrones.
crap. That's what we
That's
just
what I just
covered.
said.
Who in Game of Thrones is
she's Marjorie. I was building it up.
Tyrell. Okay, Marjorie Tyrell.
Yeah, I was going to build up. She's also in the US version of Sherlock Elementary.
I was
going to say we don't care about
she's
that.
in the. She's okay.
Don't care about that either.
Does no one care about her career other than me?
No.
That's all.
I just wanted the face, so I wanted to know who it was.
Oh.
There we go.
I like that.
Okay.
Face.
I mean,
Squiggy, you like pretty much anything that has boobs. It's not like.
You can't deny that. You can't deny that.
How do I lower down gently in this podcast? So anyway,
wow!
Natalie Dormer plays Dr. Alexi Tapero, who's an Asari medic, and basically you meet her straight after you wake up, which I'm assuming is how you start the game.
Yeah, I feel targeted though by EA because I've been trying to avoid Mass Effect because Mass Effect 3, the ending at least, and I played this, it didn't quite put me off, but at least it was something I could say, oh yeah, it didn't work out, I
loved it.
Again.
It was very colourful.
Yeah. Why, I don't want to invest again or whatever, but then it's like, I didn't really want to buy a game because I don't really have the money, but then with Natalie Dormer being added, I was kind of like, oh no, and it was everywhere, and I really like Natalie.
That's all it takes to sell you.
No, because I've been avoiding it, and I like Natalie Dormer, so basically...
That's great, but I don't buy a game because one voice actress is in it.
I'm not buying the game for her, don't get me wrong. If all the reviews come out and say it's awful, it's just the fact that I've been avoiding it, so it's completely off my radar, and I've been, nothing. But Natalie Dormer is on my radar, and it dragged Mass Effect right back into my zone of sight.
I will give EA credit. Like, I've been making, if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, I've been making jokes about how Andromeda has been completely going under the radar. My timeline on Twitter this week has just been totally overwhelmed.
It's been properly filling up, hasn't it? And
Natalie Dormer was trending, man, in the UK. Like, she was in the top for all day, and I was like, this is outrageous. Now I can't avoid this game, and oh my god, I forgot how much I love the Mass Effect series, you son of a...
Yeah, I was going to put loads of the Mass Effect stuff in here, but I couldn't split it all up because there's a lot of it. Like, there's been gameplay demos showing the combat. The combat looks really cool, I must admit. It looks, I don't know what it's a cross of. It's a bit like, obviously, Mass Effect. But then there's something else added in, which makes it look like that extra bit special. And I can't really work out what it was. But no, it looks really good. Like, they've properly... It's a weird way they've done it. Like, the build-up to it, because it's sort of... The release date came out of nowhere, and nothing really happened. And now it's like...
Build-up has gone from 0 to 11.
Yeah, it's like, here's news. You want news? News. You get news. Everyone gets news. Natalie Dormer.
To be fair, like, I know I would love to see more of Mass Effect earlier, and I didn't really like any of its E3 appearances.
That's fair.
Yeah. But basically... but I'm not going to lie, this whole tactic of holding off till the last month and going everything does mean it's, like, in your face and you can't avoid it because there's a sheer amount of stuff coming out and you're just scrolling through your timeline and like, nope.
But I question the timing of it all because
I don't know, I think it's gonna work.
It's like, here's this massive blanket and you're like, but I've already put money down for the Switch or Horizon or what else is coming out at the moment? Nier Automata or something like that.
EA were clearly relying on people like me who are in denial that games exist at the moment, and they're like, we'll get her somehow. They were like, I've gone through, like, Yvonne Strahovski was in the first one, who's from Chuck, who I like, and also Adam Baldwin from Chuck. Yeah, you know that. You know she Miranda. And Adam Baldwin from Chuck was also in the first one, and I feel like, these are actors and actresses I like, and there was someone else that was in it, and I was like, not the point. Was Nathan Fillion in it? I feel like he was.
Who knows? I don't think he was in Mass Effect.
Yeah.
I think he was in Mass Effect.
Anyway, not
Why
the
are you
point.
talking about him? I'll go.
Nathan Fillion was in Destiny. I know that was in my mind. I'm trying to think if someone was in.
Who cares?
Go on. Anyway, not the point. But I tried to avoid it, and like
he wasn't
because he was in Destiny though, wasn't it? Because that's what put Destiny back on my radar when I tried to avoid that. Yeah. The thing is, it's like I'm being targeted now at this point, where it's like, you know what? She's shown no interest, so we're going to make sure that she sees the game by putting people she likes in it, and I'm like, oh, damn it. And the other thing that come across my thing is, did you see the Cards Against Humanity news?
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, its own Mass Effect version. And I was like, seriously, they're just targeting me at this point. They know I'm playing Cards Against Humanity. They're literally like, you know what? You thought you could get away from us. You can't.
Yeah, like, all the news that's come out of Andromeda this week, it's like, it sent me from 0 to 11 in excitement. Like, I was excited about it.
I looked at the prices of it. I've been looking at prices.
Yeah, I was excited for it, but I wasn't, like, bothered. Like, I would wait for review scores to come out and when I come back from my holiday. But now I'm kind of like, if I pre-order it, it should arrive before I go away, which means I can play it for a couple of days. And that's what I'm sort of thinking now. But
see, that's they've got you now.
Squiggy, that would be torture for you, because if you enjoyed it and then you had to leave it for weeks,
and then you
if only it was coming out on the Nintendo Switch.
I was going to say to Slazo, who loves his Mass Effect 3 ending, did you see the frequently asked questions from Cards Against Humanity, Mass Effect Edition? The last question on frequently asked questions is, I want to complain about the ending of Mass Effect 3, and the answer is still, ? Okay, emailed entitledwhining@cardsagainsthumanity.com. So, humour, but I think loads of people are going to I think Mass Effect's going to do really well. Now, yes. I didn't think it was. I was actually convinced it was going to go completely under the radar, and then
I still thought it would do well, but not as well as what the other ones have done. But now you've got the hype train's kicked in.
I will say this though, I haven't seen TV adverts for it first, and my friend who has a PlayStation and is into gaming and likes Dragon Age and stuff, so it's like, same Bioware and everything. I said to them, "Oh, Mass Effect, you getting that next month? So you're good." And they replied with, "What's that? Is it like Call of Duty?" So, don't know if they got.
They don't sound like a gamer. If you're thinking the same thing, this podcast is not for you. Thanks for the 15 minutes of listening. Goodbye.
No, but I mean, it's because they just haven't heard of Mass Effect. They've heard of Dragon Age, which I was incredibly I don't know how you could hear one without.
But that's the thing. I don't get how you can hear oh yeah, we know Dragon Age, Mass Effect. Done by the same people?
Yeah, I just don't think they know. But I'm just saying, maybe when the TV adverts start rolling out, they'll be like, "Oh, Mass Effect."
Maybe we'll see. But no, I'm quite excited for Mass Effect. I love how this thing about Natalie Dormer spawned this whole thing. But yeah, I'm excited for Andromeda.
If it turns out horrible, I'm going to be like, Natalie Dormer, why you do this?
Yeah, get back to Game of Thrones.
No, she can't. Ooh. To be fair, she's in the game.
She lived happily ever after.
She's in the video game as well, because that also was one of the only people to sign up for that, wasn't she? The likeness and that of Telltale. If anyone else has played that other than me. Nope, no one. Awesome. Squiggy's now ordering it as we speak. What am I saying?
No, I'm not.
I mean, Squiggy should. I'm surprised Squiggy didn't already own it, to be honest.
That might be also true.
Anyway, sorry, I was ordering Mass Effect. Next news is about the Nintendo Switch. So, Nintendo Switch is not going to have the Virtual Console at launch, but I believe it is going to have the eShop. Is that right? It's going to have a few games in the indie eShop, but it's not going to have the Virtual Console, which is
no Virtual Console launch.
It's a bit disappointing, but
it's
one of those.
I'm just happy we have the confirmation.
Are you in the same boat as me, saying, "Well, why would I want to play a Virtual Console game when I've got Zelda Breath of the Wild?"
I've got Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Are you in the same thing as me there?
I've got Zelda, I've got Bomberman, I've got another game we'll be talking about in a minute. So yeah, I'm good. I can live like a month without Virtual Console.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, because by the time I've finished Zelda, it probably will be a month, and then you've got Mario Kart, obviously 1-2 Switch if you get that at launch as well. So
yeah, but
I'm not too bothered. I think it'll be good, because there's obviously been big things that GameCube titles are going to be on the Virtual Console.
It's the next logical step for games to put on there,
and I think that that might be another reason. It might I know they're saying we're not going to see it at launch, but I wonder if they've tactically delayed it so people don't.
It'll be to fill in holes in their schedule, so you can almost certainly expect probably May or June, depending on when Splatoon 2 is locked in for.
Yeah, the month after or the month before, depending which one they've got. Yeah. I mean, it obviously is a little bit disappointing for some people, but for me, I'm not really that bothered about it, and I'm assuming you're the same as well.
Yeah, it does say it's a cool thing, but I can wait a little bit on it.
Yeah.
I'm not in a massive urge to spend £300 on a console to play games I've already owned.
Yeah, that's for a few months down the line.
Yeah.
Another game coming to the Nintendo Switch is Lego City Undercover, and that has a Switch release date, which is launching on the 7th of April. And the PC, PS4, and Xbox One versions will arrive on the same day. This is the one that was out on the Wii U. Is that right, Laura?
Okay.
Correct.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
What do you want to know? Because I feel like I've spoken a lot about this before. It's kind of self-explanatory, isn't it?
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
There we go then.
Great.
That's all we need. Thanks, Laura.
How's it different to regular Lego games then? Because I know it is.
Basically, it has its main story, which is only its own Lego universe, rather than relying on film tie-ins and stuff. But it's more, it's because some Lego games. How many Lego games have you played? I'm trying to explain this. It's open world. Like the other ones have like
2 or 3, but they're all the handheld ones, so they're level based.
You don't know. But the other ones have you roaming, so you select level to level.
Right.
And like in like the Star Wars one, like you walk around planet, you fly from planet to planet, Tatooine, and there's like stuff around, and then you go to the level bit, and it can be there. But with Lego City, it's kind of more like a GTA open world, and you drive to your next mission, and you drive to your stuff. So it's basically like Lego GTA.
Okay.
But obviously not as violent and stuff like that. So I don't know how it's going to work on without the Wii U pad and stuff, but because it's like I said, I think I said this when I put an article on our site. It's basically the only game I've known that utilised every single feature the Wii U had to offer: the camera, the motion, you know what I mean? It literally used everything. So
it'll probably just replace it with using the joysticks, I'm going to assume.
I assume that, but there's stuff like the camera, you basically use the camera and lift it up to the screen, and you'll using it to take pictures.
Yeah,
of like zooming in and stuff.
Just make you use the camera and just bring it up on screen, I assume.
I can't imagine it being very good without it, if you know what I mean. Like, that made it'd just be really bland.
Yeah. But yeah, it's another game coming to the Switch, which is a good thing. I'll be interested to see the sales for it, like compared to the other consoles. Obviously, with it being a Wii U exclusive back in the day, I think it'll be quite good to gauge sales on that a little bit. I'm doing hand gestures as I'm talking. Obviously, you can't see these hand gestures, but yeah, that'll be quite interesting to see. Another Nintendo Switch game is Snipper Clips, and that sounds so weird saying that as a Geordie. Snipper Clips. Snipper Clips is coming out.
Why did he try to go American there to combat the Geordie?
So Snipper Clips.
Snipper Clips.
So Snipper Clips is. This is going to be the Snipper Clip podcast. It's coming out now on launch day, the 3rd of March.
I'm so happy this got confirmed, because it wasn't confirmed at first, and it made no sense.
Yeah,
and then it did.
Yeah, and it's $17.99 on the eShop. Yep. A free demo is going to be available as well, which should be quite cool, so I can give it a go before I decide, because it does look really interesting.
Yes.
But is it just like, I know it's $17.99, but is it just one of those sort of, like a little gimmicky game?
I've heard enough good things about it. So.
You can also get the game via a digital download code, which comes in the box with the red and blue Joy-Con controllers. There's no actual price for that yet, but the Joy-Con controllers are $74.99.
Yeah, so it's probably £80 or something. But and that's on the 10th of March.
Is that the 10th of March?
Retailer version's 10th of March, but you can download it from the 3rd.
Alright, that's cool. It's a way. God, I never thought Nintendo would do that. Wow. I'm shocked.
It's the Wii party, just twice the price.
I'm shocked. So that's quite. Yeah, actually it is, isn't it? But yeah, that's quite cool. That there's obviously another launch title there as well, which is good.
Of sorts. I mean, you still have to download it, remember? So.
Yeah, but it's still a. Do you know what I mean? There's still another.
It's something
title
on the shelves, yeah.
Yeah, there's another one there, which is always a good thing. You can never have too many games, especially when people are like, "There's only 5 games for launch." There's now 6. But anyway, yeah. The next news item is that Microsoft's Games with Gold March lineup's been released.
Oh boy!
Do you know any of this?
No, I've not seen this. Okay, go for it.
So, between the 1st of March and the 30th, you know how it works with Games with Gold, where you get one game.
I do know.
Yeah.
Yes.
So between the 1st of March and the 31st of March, Layers of Fear is free.
Never heard of it. I'm guessing horror.
I think it's a PlayStation VR game as well. I think.
Wait, so how does... If it's a VR...
No, I think it had like VR stuff.
Oh, okay.
Layers of Fear is a psychological horror video game. The player controls a psychologically disturbed painter. Okay. That's... Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know much else about it apart from it's...
do you know, like a bit of mystery? Do you not appreciate the mystery?
You're a painter and it's a horror movie. Game, not movie. So yeah, that comes out. That's free from all of March. From the 1st of March to the 15th of March, Borderlands 2 is available, which is also obviously available on Xbox One. It's a 360 game.
Ignore my sarcasm, kids.
Yeah, don't worry,
These two love it.
I love it. And also the 360 game from March the 16th to the 31st is Heavy Weapon, which was an Xbox Live arcade game in 2008.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It was done by PopCap. Do they remember you? I know the name, but
you know who PopCap is, Squiggy.
I can't remember what they did. No, I can't remember what they did. That's the problem.
Plants vs Zombies, Peggle, Bejeweled.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that part. Yeah, so it'll be
one of the most biggest popular.
Don't recommend that. And the other game, which is the Xbox One game from March the 16th to April the 15th, is Evolve Ultimate Edition.
Wait, what?
You know that game that I paid full price for last year?
But that's dead, isn't it?
Well, it is.
Didn't they take the servers down?
No, I'm sure the servers are still up.
They
released it as free to. The release it all as free to play on the PC.
They turned it to stage 2, and then we talked about how a few months later they stopped supporting it. I swear.
I want to Google this now.
Like what? I swear this game is like no longer supported.
I'm just going to quickly check this because I feel like now that you're saying that.
I swear I remember talking because I did the article on it and we went, that's nice, and then like a month or two later we were like, oh. yeah, so they've ended support for it. I'm assuming the servers are still live, but presumably. So this is.
You would hope so. That's a waste of a game.
Imagine if they gave it to you and they weren't online. It's like, great, let's play a game.
Hilarious. Yeah, the servers are going to be online for the foreseeable future, according to the statement.
Well, that's good, at least.
It's a bit better, yeah. But no, the games this month are a little bit.
Not their finest hour.
No.
Microsoft.
But they've been good. Like last month was Project Cars. Well, this month's currently, which I still need to download before it ends.
Get on with it.
I will. I'm going to do that after we finish recording this podcast. But no, they're a bit disappointing. But again, who's really going to have time to play these games when you've got bigger?
Bear in mind, it is the Xbox One. It's got less coming out in this season than
I suppose Mass Effect and stuff. But yeah, that's the thing.
Like, it's not like you have Horizon, for example, to play on the Xbox.
No Horizon, no Zelda.
No Zelda. I'm pretty sure no Nier. Unless Nier.
No, I think it's PS4 only as well.
Okay. So
Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But I think so. Finally, my last news item is about Sunset Overdrive.
I didn't get that.
I didn't get that.
Apparently the person in the room didn't get it.
Oh my god, leave that in. Sunset Overdrive.
If anyone's wondering about buying one of those Amazon Echoes, that's what it sounds like. I'm not going to say the name of it because it will go off again. So yeah.
Oh, may I help you?
Yeah, that's a live demonstration of that on our podcast. Who says we don't treat you well? Where was it? So Sunset Overdrive, yes. So Laura's played that. I've played it. Slazo hasn't played it, obviously, but I think we both enjoyed it. Is that right, Laura? You enjoyed it?
I loved it. Yeah, it was basically.
You two have made it like a game I will buy when I get back.
No, it is really good. I do recommend it. I was quite dubious about it to start with, but no, it's good. I really like it.
You have little faith. It's Insomnia.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, that's the thing. But I thought there'd be like, do you know what I mean? I thought it'd be like the B team developing it, if that makes sense. I'm saying like the B team of Insomnia would probably still be pretty good.
B team of Insomniac were off making the movie.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of sort of people asking for a sequel and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
Just it's not like the story's like I need a sequel and it's left on a cliffhanger like other Xbox exclusives. How you doing, Quantum Break? But it is such a fun game and they could do so much more with it.
Yeah. So basically, in an interview with Game Informer, Ted Price, who is the president of Insomniac Games, basically said, I'll quote it, "We are passionate about that franchise and we own it, so you may see more Sunset in the future from us. No promises and no time to speak of, but it is something that represents our willingness to create unexpected experiences." So he's basically not ruling it out. He's not saying
they
yes.
own it. Okay.
Yes, that's interesting.
I did not know they own the IP, so that means they can go wherever they want.
Yeah, so it could be like you could get a Switch exclusive.
They could multi-platform it, or they could do it on Switch. They won't do it on Switch.
No, imagine that. But no,
it would be awesome, but they won't.
No,
imagine it. You can't. You literally can't.
I'm trying. I'm imagining myself on the plane, like going side to side as I'm like going along the rails and stuff that you grind on, and like I imagine myself moving while I'm on the plane, and it just feels weird. But there's still a chance. Who knows? but it depends what Insomniac are really working on at the minute. What are they working on at the minute?
Presumably something Ratchet. It's always Ratchet.
Yeah. Maybe Sunset Overdrive too.
I know they did like a load of smaller games, so maybe they'll continue with that. I don't know.
Who knows? But yeah, so there's a chance they own the IP, so it's not down to Microsoft to do it. So they could just. I'm surprised Sony haven't picked this up already, especially because how like tight they are with Insomniac.
I know we joke, but I do think it would have been perfect on a Nintendo console. I'm just.
Okay.
If I had to like choose a console for it, because I'm not saying Nintendo has a lot of non-violent games, obviously, because it has I just don't want to insult Nintendo here, and I feel like Slazo's ready to insult me in case they say a word, but it's like the perfect blend of game for adult, but also could be played by a child.
I agree.
It kind of fits with the Nintendo manifest, but like we said, I can't see it happening. But if I had to pick somewhere I'd want it to go, I think it would do well there. And I feel as an exclusive on a Nintendo console, it will get pushed to death.
I don't know, because it would have a weird overlap with Splatoon, and I feel Splatoon would outshine it.
Yeah,
because they're both colourful shooters.
Yeah, I see what you mean with that, actually, yeah.
I don't know, because it's not like a multiplayer. I mean, there is multiplayer, but it's not really like, that's not the gist of it, the story and the fun
but
and the
if you looked at both of them for 5 seconds...
Oh yeah, I guess if you looked at the basic, it's like you could say the Blob and Splatoon would cross over. Like, I get what you're saying. But I don't know, I think if it was an exclusive Nintendo console, I genuinely think they'd push it to death as, like, because it gets a lot of attention as a third party.
Nintendo push any third party exclusives.
Yeah, so I think it would actually do well, because obviously it'd be justified because it's really good, and a sequel would be really good. But that's all I'm saying, if I had to...
Yeah, no, that'd be good. I just realised as well, Insomniac are working on Spider-Man.
Oh yeah!
Yeah.
That's what you said they get on with PlayStation, didn't you? I get you now. I was like,
why did I say that? Oh yeah, they're working on Spider-Man for the PlayStation.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I was like, I'm sure he's right. I just can't remember why.
Yeah. That was kind of why I was surprised that Sony didn't pick it up, like try and pick it up from them. But I suppose, they don't. They've got Spider-Man coming from them. They probably don't need Insomniac to like work on another title yet. So who knows in the future anyway. After Spider-Man's done, you never know, unless there's another Ratchet and Clank calling. Who knows? And I believe
it's always another Ratchet and Clank.
There always is. And I believe that is our news. We are done. We made it to the end of the news.
Yeah.
Yes. How many news stories was there?
I don't know.
I wasn't counting. Viewers, leave a comment below.
Tweet us. Yeah,
Tweet us. Leave a comment below. Whatever. Yeah. So now we'll move on to releases coming out this week. There's quite a lot.
There are? Huh?
There are actually, yeah, I don't know why. It's like a new console
or
something.
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot. I forgot that's in this week's podcast.
But we'll leave that part till the end. Walking Dead Season 3, A New Frontier, is...
Wait, what?
The disc version.
Oh.
The disc version.
Season 3's done?
I didn't think it was. But I'm assuming it's the season pass disc where you get... You know what I mean.
I knew they'd started it. I didn't think they'd finished it already.
I feel like they haven't finished it. But yeah, that's out on disc this week.
Playing at the moment. I know you two you've both played 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if any of you are actually playing 3 as it comes out, or whether that Telltale kind of buzz kind of done.
I'll be waiting till probably they're all out before I pick it up.
Till it's all out.
Yeah, because it's what I did with 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
But basically, I didn't get into them until they were on sale, so I bought 1 and 2 at the same time, and then just played them straight through. And I tried playing Tales from the Borderlands, like as they came out, and I couldn't do it because by the time I'd finished 1, I was playing another game when the next one came out, so I'd forgotten what happened in the one before it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't have the urge to go back to it. So, but I really want to play the Walking Dead ones because I've played 2 of them, so I may as well play the third.
It's just, I don't know about you, but the 2 kind of was like put me off the franchise a bit. Like
I still enjoyed 2. It wasn't as good as 1.
I enjoyed it, but it wasn't as good. And then I also had the disappointment of other Telltale games on top of it. So I just kind of feel a bit like I'm kind of...
Are you kind of burnt out by episodic?
A little bit. It's not episodic that's the problem, because I'm happy to like do it in like I kind of like the idea that I could get it, do a half an hour episode, and then I don't mind waiting, and then they do a little recap, and I'm like, oh, it's all come back to me now. I kind of like that because I feel like I've completed something when I finished you know what I mean? Like it's come out, and I'm like, oh, I can sit down and play that and be done with it in like a session. But I don't know. I think it's not that. It's more the fact that Telltale games haven't improved and learned from their mistakes, and there's only so many times you'll be like, oh, the next one will get it right. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's just feel like I'm playing the same thing with the... If the story's really good, it's fine. Like, Tales of the Borderlands, as Squiggy mentioned, I think Squiggy enjoyed it before he forgot to finish it.
No, I really enjoyed it, but again, it was just the wait time. That's what put
it was the wait time for you. Yeah, with Tales of the Borderlands, because it was so funny and the story was quite entertaining and that, even though they hadn't mixed it up again, I enjoyed it. But then when I played... which one do I want to pick on? I'll pick on Game of Thrones. The Game of Thrones one was nice. I like Game of Thrones. But the actual story wasn't gripping. It really... You just felt things which just brought the fact that I don't actually enjoy the game. If the story... It really relies on the story. And if Season 3 of Walking Dead is the story is as average as 2, if worse, I don't know. I just don't think I'd enjoy it. That's where I'm at. Because they haven't improved the gameplay, I can't even go, oh, I'm going to enjoy some new gameplay mechanics
so
or stuff like that. So, that's where I'm at.
Well, we've not really sold that one. The other game, another game on my list is Torment Tides of Numenera. Numenera? Numa, yeah. No? It's a game, I'm just going to read the description. Torment Tides of Numa, whatever, is a game set in the world of Montecook's new tabletop RPG setting, Numenera. There. Torment continues the thematic legacy of Planetscape Torment, the critically acclaimed role-playing game from 1999, considered by many to be a hallmark for storytelling and computer RPGs.
Now I know.
I'm glad you do, because I still haven't got a clue.
I've heard of Planetscape Torment, yeah.
Don't know anything about it, but yeah, that comes out I think it's out now, actually, as this podcast goes live, I believe.
We go on the Wednesday, so if it's out by the 1st of March,
I think it's out on the Tuesday, yeah. The 28th. But yeah, I know nothing about it. It's just another game. Another game on the list is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yep, this is gonna be brilliant. I cannot, especially because this has been reviewing really well. Zelda's been reviewing really well.
Yeah,
this is going to be one hell of a fight.
This has been like I've been reading a lot of reviews, and I've a few of like people who aren't reviewers, but they've been posting their thoughts on it and just screenshots of it. It looks beautiful, like it looks incredible. It's getting really good reviews. I don't think I've seen many reviews below 9, to be honest, or 8.5 at least.
I think the thing seems to be like everyone loves it for the visuals. The gameplay is apparently pretty solid. Like I think the main complaints are it's nothing that you haven't necessarily seen in an open world game elsewhere. Like if you played Witcher 3, you won't be seeing anything new here.
Yeah.
Because it's their first open world, so they're kind of not 100% familiar. And apparently the story's pretty.
Yeah, I've heard the story's not brilliant, but we'll see.
But the thing for me is that you're like, oh, but if you played loads of open world games, and I'm like, I haven't. So.
Well, I've not played many since Metal Gear Solid. Surprisingly.
Yeah, so this and another game we'll talk about in a minute. It's like hell yeah, this is going to be open world. My open world coming out party.
Yeah, but no, I'm excited for this. I'm still debating when to get it. Like I know I want it. I
want to buy it on launch, even though I won't play it on launch probably.
It's out the day we go live, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Out now, kids.
Yeah,
now.
I'm kind of
now.
like
go to your shop now.
I'm kind of like the same. I want to buy it on launch. Probably not going to play it on launch, and then the Switch is out 2 days after.
Days later, with the main game I'm playing being
yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn, as it were.
I know, and it's a bit like I don't know what to do, and I just hope that like sales for either of them aren't going to be affected by it.
Yeah, well, that's actually something I wanted to bring up. Like, which one do you think will sell better, Horizon or Zelda?
I think Horizon, just because of the install base of the PS4.
Yeah, I think Horizon edges it, but I think it's going to be close.
Yeah. If we went on which is going to get the best review scores, I honestly
Zelda will get the better reviews.
I think it will because of how good of a franchise it is. What'll be interesting is how it holds up. Do you know when people revisit games like a year later on? What'll be more interesting is like how it holds up in a year, like which one holds up the better.
I get the feeling Zelda will, because Nintendo are better at making timeless games.
Yeah, but it's a good fight. It's definitely a good fight between these two.
Laura, who's your money on?
Zelda.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like it's a safe bet. I don't know why I'm saying it. Like, the dedication that there is to Zelda games from fans and everything, I think would carry it through. Reviews are irrelevant in this case, if that makes sense. If it was a new IP, throw Zelda's history out the window, I'd go against Zelda. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay.
And I don't like. I'm saying that as someone who doesn't like Zelda, so I'm just saying. I'm aware of the lawyer. People have Triforce tattoos and stuff, so.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Cody Rhodes is great.
So
Sorry.
The rest of the stuff is...
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So
Laura.
he has a Triforce tattoo.
But he's not advertising the Switch, is he?
I know, he threw a tweet out about John Cena doing the Switch, and I was like, that is like your dream job. You must be so jelly.
So anyway, speaking of John Cena and the Switch, the next thing is the Nintendo Switch console, of course.
Yeah.
And then you've got the games. So we've got Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Which Cena played, and his hands look massive on the controller, so I don't think he did very
How
well.
do you know Cena played it? Could you see him?
I didn't know the Switch could float, but apparently it can.
Yeah, we've seen it could, but I just believed the tweet they put out that he was playing with Zelda, so...
I like the fact that I've seen like people who went to that event and went, yeah, we'll fight Cena in multiplayer, and apparently Cena annihilated everyone.
That's quite cool. To be fair, he probably got like knocked down and beat up, and then just recovered at the end, like one hit and
He
killed the
got knocked down. He got back up again.
Laura,
He no-sold it. Oh.
Super Bomberman.
Laura, copyright.
Super Bomberman R is also on the list.
Yes, it is. The other game I might buy, I don't know yet. Depends how much it is when I walk into the game.
1-2 Switch.
Yeah.
That's the other one.
Still hate that song just because it makes me think of the song, and I feel
Let me
so
see you 1-2
bad
Switch.
about it. Let me see you 1-2 Switch.
Copyright,
You can't
Laura.
switch me.
Right.
I'm not the one saying it, you are.
So yeah, I mean that looks like it's just a party game for me.
It's a nice party game, but the price point is just not gonna help it.
Yeah, I hope it drops like Wii Play did. I think it was, or Nintendo Land.
You mean Nintendo Land because Wii Play was bundled with a remote?
Yeah, but but then you could end up buying the game separately at some point, and it dropped to like
Or a $5.
Yeah,
Was only ever a $5.
that's what I mean. So like, I'm hoping it's not going to drop to a $5, but I'm hoping it drops to like, if it goes to £15, I'll definitely pick it up as soon as it hits £15. I'm in.
It depends how much content's in there. 10 to 15.
Yeah.
I mean, like when it was mispriced as £2 on Amazon, I was like, yes, and then that didn't happen.
No.
So it's like, oh.
No, thought I had it. There's also Just Dance.
Yes.
Yay!
Just
Dance.
Dance.
As I actually did the research for the well, it'll be out now, but tomorrow's episode, Saturday Morning Switch, I can tell you it comes with an exclusive song. I can't remember what it is. I didn't write it down.
I'm gonna find it. How deep is your
And-
love?
How deep
okay,
is
there
it?
you go.
Take that.
I don't know, Laura.
How deep is your love?
But yeah, it comes with an exclusive song and 3 months of Just Dance Unlimited. So there you go.
3 months. What's that mean? What's
Just Dance Unlimited is
I feel like I'm
essentially
late.
their streaming song service. So
Oh, okay.
instead of having songs downloaded,
The song "How Deep Your Love" is by Calvin Harris.
Oh no, it's the good one. It's the one Well,
let's hope Gary Barlow's not listening to this podcast.
Sorry, I prefer that song.
that's for us all on a Switch.
Good exclusive song. Good exclusive song. Yeah, I feel like I should know what Just Dance Unlimited is, but I feel like they've told me at like maybe several E3s, and it's the bit where I zone out and like, who's coming out to perform?
Yeah,
who's
gonna
coming out to
dance?
perform?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not getting that. I don't think Slazo's getting that.
Nope.
Another game is Snip Eclipse, which we spoke about before. So that's
Yep.
obviously just been pushed up till now. Skylanders Imaginators.
Skylanders Imaginators, which is another interesting one because they're not doing a portal for it, so it'll work as it's going to have like a digital library of your figures. So I think the way it'll work is because obviously the Switch pad can support Amiibo and stuff like that. So it'll be a case of you scan it in once and then you have access to a digital library of all your stuff on there. So
That's quite
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm surprised they haven't implemented it in other things beforehand, but yeah, it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
But I think it does mean therefore you had to have already owned figures, so it's probably really only selling to people who already own Skylanders, at which point you probably already own the game.
Yeah, at which point, why would I buy it on another console?
But hey, it's
For the
cool,
for
and
the
it's cool
bad
that they've implemented all of that, so
yeah,
that's cool.
no, that is. Have I missed any other games for the Switch? Slazo?
You want me to go through the other download games?
Yeah, go through the download ones, yeah. We'll go through them.
Let me just scroll to the section. Where is it? Okay, so there's Fast RMX, which is the sequel to Fast Racing Neo on the Wii U.
Is that the F-Zero game that we all want?
F-Zero. It's essentially F-Zero, and I think that's confirmed at $20, but no pound price point yet. What else have we got? There's Shovel Knight, which you'll be able to buy. You can either just buy the new Spectre of Torment campaign, which is about Spectre Knight, or you can buy what they're calling Treasure Trove, which is the original, the new campaigns, everything. Shovel Knight complete, basically. Square Enix have confirmed Iron Setsuna, their JRPG, will be coming out at launch. And then Tomorrow Corporation have confirmed that World of Goo, Little Inferno, and Human Resource Machine will also be on there at launch. So you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 7 downloadable games available at launch. Just no virtual console.
So yeah, that's not bad. That's still good.
I mean, there's options. You have some choices.
Yeah, but let's be honest, the big one is Zelda.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to go.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and 1-2 Switch are more family orientated, I suppose. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I still think that should have been in as like a...
That should have been the packing game, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's our news and release roundup done. So before we move on to our topic of the week, Slazo's going to plug his next episode of Saturday Morning Switch.
Right, it's live now. But yeah, the episode 7, which went live on Saturday just gone, is pretty much what we've talked about here, but in slightly more detail, like a look at the entire, everything you need to know, like a buyer's guide for the Switch. So all of the what's in the box, the prices of all the peripherals and everything, looking at the games that we've just mentioned, some of the services available, just kind of basically breaking down pretty much everything we know and passing it on to you before the episode that comes out this Saturday coming, which will be First Impressions, which is exactly what it sounds like. I'll have had a Switch for a day and I'll be like, man, here's what I think.
I haven't even plugged it in yet. I'm playing Horizon.
No.
It could happen.
Could you imagine?
That would be hilarious. So this week's episode of Saturday Morning Switch, we're going to talk about Horizon Zero Dawn and how it stopped me playing my Nintendo Switch.
Horizon Zero Dawn got like 20 to 30 seconds in the Zelda episode.
I know,
It's had its moment.
I noticed your tags on it, Horizon Zero Dawn were in the tags as well. I was like, nice tagging, Slazo.
Oh, yeah.
Strong tag game.
Yeah. Tag game strong. So anyway, move on to the topic of the week. So, like you obviously know, the Nintendo Switch is out in 2 days after this podcast goes live. And if you didn't know that, then you've skipped to this part somehow. Very well. So our topic basically is what we can talk about the Switch, what we know. We're going to have we'll read some journalistic opinions and sort of give our reasons to be excited and then not excited in Laura's case. And I thought, why don't we look a little bit to the future of the Switch as well, maybe, to finish it off? Does that sound good?
Yes, boss.
Yes. Don't call me boss. So
yes,
I've got...
Captain.
Yeah, that'll do. So I've got 4 different journalistic output out there. I've got 4 websites which have got opinions on the Switch. That's a lot easier to say. The first one is Kotaku. So I'll read like the...
Is this Kotaku US or Kotaku UK?
This is Kotaku UK.
Okay.
So this is by Stephen Totilo.
You can do it.
Totilo.
I'm sorry, Stephen.
Stephen Tortilla. So basically the first thing is he's carrying it in a big wool sock, which is quite strange when you see that first photo of it just in a sock. And as a first
buy carry cases for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, his first opinion is that it's small enough to fit into a large wool sock. So there you go. I'll give like a quick... Where is it? I'm trying to find his big opinion thing. But basically, it's quite positive from what I can tell. He hasn't played any of the games, but he likes the controllers and how easy it is to hook it up to the Switch and everything like that, and move it away from hook it up to the Switch, hook it up to the TV, and take it out of the dock and everything like that. So it seems quite positive. He hasn't played it much, but yeah, he seems positive. It's the tiniest console he's had, very lightweight. He plays it in bed. He plays Zelda in bed, in case you wanted to know.
I did want to know. No, I said it like that. I said it like that, yeah. And I really regret saying it.
And basically as well, which I thought was quite interesting, that he hasn't really hooked it up to the TV very often.
Yeah, I can get that.
Yeah, that's sort of the thing that I'm trying to look for in these.
Honestly, I imagine, like, in their case, when they're working in the office a lot, like, it makes more sense to have it in portable all the time when you're just walking around.
And then just tabletop mode when they're at their desk, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it seems it seems like quite impressed so far from what I can gather. But again, obviously need more impressions for the games as well. But no, he seems quite happy.
I think they're still embargoed on the games at this point.
Yeah, they're embargoed on games. But
like today, people talk about the first 5 hours of Zelda because everyone started talking about the first 5 hours of Zelda. So
I bet a lot of people were saying the same thing. It's so good.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But no, that sounds pretty positive from Kotaku. So we'll move on to Engadget. So what I've got from Engadget, I've got a little summary at the end of their article. So I'll just read that out and we can talk about that a little bit. So the Switch is as revolutionary as it sounds. Really just feels like Nintendo nailing what it tried and failed to accomplish with the Wii U. It's a games console you can play in the living room, bedroom, or pretty much anywhere. People can point to the lack of cutting-edge graphics, but in 2017 it's difficult to see how Nintendo could have balanced battery life, power, and ergonomics any better. Moreover, if it treats this console like it has its portables over the years, we'll get faster, slimmer, and longer-lasting iterations of the Switch sooner rather than later.
I mean, like, there's a couple of takeaways here. I know some people have complained about the battery life, but you can use a USB-C power brick, so...
Yeah, so if you've got, even your portable charger for your phone...
And after that Pokemon Go craze, no doubt you've got several of them lying around.
That's the thing, people are saying that, and I'm like, I carry my portable charger with us. Normally I don't use it for my phone. I don't... Well, if I go away somewhere where I know I'm going to be a while, I don't take it to work, but...
I literally have never wanted to move to Newcastle and just live off your charger. I've been wanting one of those for ages.
Live off your electricity.
And to be fair, in fairness, my car has a USB port, so if I need to charge it between certain things, I can just plug it into my car.
I think I know where I'm living when I'm in Newcastle.
My car.
Or your car.
Oh, yeah.
His car. It's free, he won't notice.
I mean, for a cheapskate, I suppose, but...
You don't even need the engine on for the USB.
Completely forgot what the other thing I was going to say was.
Graphics?
Oh, no, it was like portability as well, like the kind of thing, like, Nintendo aren't, like, pushing this hard at the moment, presumably because they don't want to, like, kill off their 3DS, but, the whole portability aspect, like, come 2018 is probably going to be the biggest thing. Like, it's a home console you play on the move. That's a phenomenal advertising line, but they really need to hammer home more, rather than just, it's a console, and you can walk around with it, I guess.
Yeah, but the next article says a little bit more about... I think it's the next one. One of the next two has a little bit more opinion on the actual, like, the screen and everything.
Right.
And I've been reading a few things about the screen. They're not in these next two articles, but it's quite interesting. Like, for a console that's sort of like portable as well, it's quite interesting. The other thing that I'm interested about, which I haven't really seen much about, is because you've seen the Joy-Cons, and I think they're quite small.
Yes.
So what is it like with a little grip on them? Like, does it make it that much bigger? Is it a little bit more comfortable? Because I've got quite big hands.
Which grip?
Do you know not the one that makes it look like a controller, but the one you slide along the top of it? So it makes
just the little tiny grey ones?
Yeah.
They, like, barely make it any bigger.
That's what I mean. Like, I wanted to find out a little bit more of that, and I want to find out a bit more about the actual controller grip, which puts them both together to make it like a normal controller.
Right.
Because people have... This is from something else that I've been reading, completely off these two things, but people have said that this feels just as good as the Pro Controller.
I feel the Pro Controller is a bit more ergonomic, but the Switch one seems like a perfect... Like, I see myself... I don't know yet, it'll depend how it goes when I play it, but I could see myself... It'll either be I use that or have them just completely separate.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try the thing first, and then decide if I like it or not before I decide whether to buy the Pro Controller. I think that's probably the best way to do it.
I'm not going to buy... Like, the only time I've ever bought any kind of Pro Controller was I have the classic controller for the Wii, because you needed it for Virtual Console.
Yeah, see, I've got the Pro one for my Wii U for, like... I don't use the tablet.
It was like... I couldn't do it because it's like 30 to 35 quid, and I'm like, most of the time I'm playing with a tablet quite happily, so...
Yeah. So now we'll move on to The Verge. We all know The Verge. They have some opinions on it. I'll read their little blurb at the end again, and this is again quite interesting as well. So my impression going into launch is that Nintendo has made an exceptional piece of hardware, but Sony did the same for its PlayStation Vita, which is quite interesting. Basically said it was fantastic design, portable, doomed by muddy user interface and lack of games. And like, maybe Nintendo will surprise us. Maybe the day one patch will solve its historic problems with online IDs, and maybe the eShop will have a crop of classic Nintendo games for some version of the Virtual Console. Who knows? That's the problem. The Switch is promising hardware. You know what, I'll just go ahead and say it. As a fan of the Vita, the Switch feels like my dream console. But hardware needs software, and obviously they can't talk about the software. And that seems quite negative.
Bear in mind, some of that will have been said before the last day or two.
Well, this was published.
Stuff coming out.
This was published on the Thursday before we recorded this.
Right.
So
it's just before everything started going live.
Pretty much. Yeah. But no,
I do understand the comparison with the Vita.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are saying that.
I love my Vita, but I understand also why it tanked.
Yeah.
So
I see that as well.
But the thing is, like, Nintendo are kind of comfortable just being in that market nowadays. So, I don't know, I don't think it'll sell worse than the Wii U, certainly, but I feel Nintendo have their niche now, and they don't need to sell 1 billion units.
Yeah, they don't. And I think this will sell well.
Well, Nintendo's key strength has always been the attach rate, especially with the Wii U, where over half of Wii U owners own Smash, which is an insane figure.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see a bit more. I'm just reading a bit more through his opinions and stuff because he's been playing it quite portable as well.
Yeah.
Which it seems to be what a lot of people will be doing. But yeah, it's basically he talks about portable chargers as well, so that I don't think that's a problem. To be honest. Anyway, we'll move on to the last one, which is from Tech Radar. So Tech Radar is quite good because they do at the top of their article, they do a for and against. So, straight away, the innovative and fun, the Switch looks set to make Nintendo cool again. And then the positives is the unique design, the interesting announced titles, and the great tablet screen. The against is battery concerns, the online offering, and the few confirmed launch day titles. So they seem quite dated, those ones there.
Yeah.
I mean, I always find it weird when you compliment, like, unique design and stuff like that, because it's like... I don't know. It feels like you could use that as like a passive-aggressive sort of...
I mean, there's a early verdict at the end as well. I can read through that if you'd like, or go through a little bit of it.
Well, I mean, to elaborate on Laura's point, there is before you attach the... if you just take the Switch, before you attach the Joy-Cons to it, it just looks like a tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I was
unique
surprised
design is not even true!
Well, no, it's for a games console, that's pretty...
for a games console it's unique, but
sure.
from a design point, it's just a tablet with a controller attached to it. To be fair, it's just like the Wii U gamepad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty
But
Wii
sexy,
gamepad. Okay, that's fair. It's making it weird for me now. It's gone
got a
weird.
matte finish, Laura. Who needs gloss? It's all about matte.
Yeah.
That's like the weirdest form of gay talk that's ever happened.
But they all seem...
got on that.
Show me your neon.
Oh, wow. What is this turned into?
Oh my god, stop! No! It's too much.
The vapors, they overcome me.
None of this is getting edited out, by the way. Just for the record.
That's fine.
Talk.
I'm
not the one who's saying massive
Coming
finish.
soon, Saturday night Switch.
Feels like it's already arrived.
Is that on YouTube or is that somewhere else?
YouTube Red.
Next, move on.
Yeah, but no, all the things seem quite positive, and I think a lot of their issues are with what people have already got issues. Like people expected the issues to be battery life and stuff like that. So it's not too bad. I'm quite impressed with what I've heard because I was worried that a lot of people would be like, "Oh, this is actually rubbish. The quality of it's awful. It's slow." And stuff like that, but no, everyone seems quite impressed with it. There was a few things I saw.
Nintendo have always been good at making good tech.
Yeah,
so.
the only couple of things that I've seen about the screen itself is that it's quite difficult to play outdoors. A few people have said that it's very reflective.
Right. It's a capacity. Yeah, capacity.
Yeah, but I've not seen. I've only seen that in a few articles, but I've not seen any of them really go into detail about it. Just there was one that's sprung out to me. I was reading it this afternoon, basically saying that. It's really glossy, so it reflects in the sun, but it also reflects just general light, so it's quite difficult to play unless you've got like perfect lighting conditions.
Okay.
But I don't really believe that. I think they're probably just being a bit picky.
I don't know, because I imagine a lot of them at this point haven't really tested it outside yet.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like maybe a lot of these people haven't been outside with it, but
and also weather.
Yeah, but then you've got an iPad, and the iPad screens are quite shiny, and I have no problems with them when I'm out and about using it. It's not the easiest thing to see, but
it depends what you want. If you want 100%, it might be worth noting just so if someone is kind of sensitive, that sort of thing, that they know that it might happen and be a thing. But you're someone who's like had an iPad and said it shines and it doesn't bother you, but then someone might be bothered by the iPad doing that to them.
Yeah,
that
that's
makes
the thing.
sense.
Yeah, it's like personal opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
My attitude is I lived through the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance era where there were no backlights.
When you were driving the car waiting for the street lamp to come over the top so you could get that little bit of light. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we've all done that. But yeah, so that's some journalistic opinions. So I thought, we'll let Laura go first because me and you are both excited for it, and Laura's not. And
I'm not excited.
Before Laura brings us down, we'll go.
Oh, I'm going to bring you down and you're going to raise me up. What is this, Westlife now? You want to know? You want to know why I'm not excited? Just in a nutshell.
Yeah, go on then.
It's launch lineup. I don't like Zelda.
That's fair.
I literally don't like Zelda, so I'm kind of like. Ugh. I mean, I know Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is out.
No, I'm not going to take that away from you. If you don't like Zelda, the Switch is no point.
I wasn't arguing. I was just saying. I'm trying to think what I would have added. Like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe looks cool. I have Mario Kart on the Wii U, and
it's not a seller.
But I'm not gonna like. If I was getting rid of my Wii U and getting a Switch, then I'd get Mario Kart on the Switch because I like Mario Kart. You see how that works. But nothing jumps out at me. I don't tend to game portably or game on the move anymore. So the whole impressive thing doesn't wow me. I have enough problems with my phone dying on me that I don't need a gaming console dying on me as well. I just walk around with a bunch of chargers. That sounds really suspicious, actually. At the end of the day, games are what sell the console. There's no games there for me. I like the idea of it, and I got a Wii U maybe a year to a year and a half after it launched. So it's not like I'm always a first-time investor with Nintendo consoles. I was with the Wii, and it was probably my biggest regret, gaming-wise, console launch day in, because it was a time when I literally saved up my own money when I was in school doing odd jobs and stuff like that. So, yeah,
Same.
120.
Although I didn't regret it.
I think it was £120, wasn't it, on launch, and I just didn't think.
The Wii, 180.
180. Seriously, I reduced it in my head. 180 because I don't want to cope with it. But yeah, considering how much I played and everything like that, and I ended up getting a 360 kind of a month before the Wii come out because I didn't wait. Yeah, about a month, and then I just ended up loving that way more, and that was a way better value. Not a point. Anyway, I just don't. There's just nothing there telling me like this wouldn't be a mistake if I bought it on day one. Like I literally don't think it's. I would play it for like.
Yeah,
do you reckon?
I agree with.
Do you reckon you'll buy it this year?
This year. No, we're very early in this year, so that's quite a bold.
Well, that's the point. That's the point. Yeah, I mean, like Christmas time when you've got Splatoon 2, when you've got Super Mario Odyssey.
Mario, yeah.
Yeah.
If they come out on schedule, which I generally do, and on Zelda. Okay, if I'm just gonna say if they come out on the time schedule,
Zelda's coming out ahead of scheduled.
No, but I mean, how long it was delayed?
Yeah, but I'm ignoring all of those and focusing on the one time it got moved forward.
Okay, we'll work on that. But not the point. Anyway, if the games come out like that, and there's probably going to be some Christmas offers on. There always is, like whether it's doing well or not. I'd be tempted
as well.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to ask for it for Christmas, and if I got it for Christmas, then yeah. But I don't know. I think it might not be this year, but it might be early next. It might be a solid year before I get it. It depends on the Christmas offer and what games actually are out. I know you're saying these are scheduled for release, but I don't believe schedules anymore. I've become bitter. So, yeah, there's that. That's where I'm at. I'm not saying I'll never have a Switch. It's not like I'm anti-Switch. I'm just anti-launch day in Switch. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. The goal you build
that's
up and
understandable. Yeah, that's good.
I love how I get sort of got approval for not buying one now.
Like, it's understandable because you don't like Zelda.
It's a fair reason, yeah.
Like,
I don't want the games on it. Okay.
Yeah, like it means, but then for the reason we're excited, it's not going to be like short. It's not going to be that long. It's Zelda. We're both excited for Zelda.
I am really weirdly hyped for Zelda. I've not been this properly hyped for Zelda in a while.
I've not watched anything apart from your Saturday morning Switch. I've literally not watched a single
That's
thing.
the point. All the previews have gone live today. I've been avoiding those like the plague.
I've literally been reading like a little bit of stuff on Twitter where they've been saying, oh, it's really good. That's pretty much all I've looked at. I've not looked at anything combat, story-wise, location-wise, it's just, is it good? And everyone's saying yes.
Pretty much. I mean, even when I made the episode, like, obviously I had to look up footage and stuff to talk about, but like, I wasn't really looking for like story details or anything like that outside of the basics of Hyrule's in danger.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I've kept myself away from it. I've done really well. I don't normally do this with many games, but
yeah, I think it also helps that it feels like really different for a Zelda. Partly because they've gone, we're taking inspiration from the first Zelda. We're not like this isn't another Ocarina of Time, so to speak. This is, we want to do something fresh with the Zelda formula.
Yeah.
It takes like one of the fads of the moment, like open world, and does the Nintendo spin on it. And I'm really game for that, because when Nintendo do their spins on things, it's always cool. See Splatoon.
Yeah, it definitely feels a lot different Zelda to, like, was it Skyward Sword was the last one?
Skyward Sword was the last home console one that was new.
That's what I mean, like, it feels a lot different from when that one released and stuff like that.
Skyward Sword was more a vehicle for motion controls to show what they could do.
That's what I mean, whereas this one seems to be, we're focusing on the gameplay, but for, like, a normal console sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for that. And obviously the portable mode as well. Because I fly places. I get bored on flights. So it's like, I can play like proper games on it, so I probably won't do this, but FIFA comes out on the Switch. I like my FIFA.
Yeah.
I could sit and I could play FIFA on a flight, and I could do my career mode and stuff like that. It's things like that where it might make us think twice about, do I buy this game on the Xbox, or do I double dip and buy it on the Switch for when I'm away? And that sort of stuff. And
for me, I can play it anywhere in the house. When I go to the pub and hang out with friends, if I want, I can take it with me there and play it there.
Yeah. And if you do like if you do like gaming things as well, you can take it around. If other people have them, you've got your own screen, and you don't have to worry about we need to move this TV here and stuff like that. It just seems different. Everything seems different about the Switch.
Yeah,
like compared to the Wii U.
Yeah, it's Nintendo's kind of philosophy of like, we want to innovate and do new things, but this one seems kind of more, and not gimmicky then. Like the Wii U, for as much as I love the Wii U and as much as it kind of joined in on the craze that looked like it was going to be a big thing in tablet gaming, it was a bit gimmicky, whereas I never got that feeling with the Switch.
Yeah, the Switch seems like I mean, it might be classed as a gimmick, but it's one that's been done well, and it probably won't be classed as a gimmick.
Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic, but obviously time will tell.
So yeah, I don't think there's anything else we can talk about why we're excited. So
other than you're super excited and be
really
aware that your Twitter.
Are you going to buy anything else at launch, bar Zelda?
I don't think so.
Because I'm heavily considering snipper clips, depending on how much single player is in the game.
Yeah, well that's my.
And I've already said Bomberman. If it's not an arm and a leg.
Yeah, well, like I don't think I've ever played a Bomberman game. We were talking about this, I think.
Yes,
and I am quite tempted, but I think, like you said, it's quite multiplayer focused as well. So again, that depends on.
It does have online, but it is a multiplayer focused game.
Well,
I don't feel you
Bomberman.
Probably wouldn't want to buy it on launch. I don't think you'd want to buy it.
Yeah,
on launch.
no, I'm not interested in anything apart from Zelda, to be honest. Again, like I was saying, 1-2 Switch if it comes down in price, maybe. Snipper clips is quite tempting.
Yeah.
Just Dance is no.
Just Dance no. Oh, there's the Zelda Season Pass as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be getting that as well.
Yes.
Yeah, accessory-wise, are you getting anything, or are you sticking with what?
I like my money, thank you.
I will probably get a case for it.
Wow.
But I'll just get one.
Is it neither you buy the Pro Controller?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, you get, like, that's the thing, because you get something that's not the same, but similar enough, I feel.
Yeah, from what people have said, yeah.
There's the charging grip as well, which that's the one I might.
Yeah, that's the one.
We'll see we'll see how much use it would be for me within a month or two of the system, of whether I'm like, this is something I definitely need.
Yeah, and I'll probably buy a case for it. I'll probably buy one on launch. But
the accessory I'm most likely to buy is like a new micro SD card.
Yeah, to be fair, I'll probably buy another portable charger as well.
I wish I had more money.
They're only like £8, the portable chargers.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they're really cheap. I mean, you might.
I always thought the power bricks, like the USB-C power bricks, were like 20-30 quid. They're like a tenner.
I don't know how it works, but my portable charger for my phone and iPad was £8 from Amazon, and you just plug in your cable to the top of it. And that's it. I don't know how long it lasts. I think you're supposed to get 2 full charges of an iPhone.
Wow,
from
okay.
It, so it works. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if I get into scenarios where I need more battery.
Yeah, see what it's like. I'll test mine out and see what it's like when I go out and about,
Cool.
when I'm on my flight and stuff, and we'll take it from there. So I thought finally we'd just look to the future a little bit. I know we sort of have a little bit with Laura, and if she's going to buy one in the future, but and I think it's sort of like, what are we hoping to see from it in the future? In a way, maybe.
Yeah.
I know we've probably spoken this before, and my thing is decent third-party support, not getting like ports of games that are years old and stuff like that. That is the big thing for me. If you're getting third-party support, that is.
See, I don't mind them as long as they're with other games, because I don't care if people have missed out and then they pick them up. Like, that's fine. If there's a market for them, I judge them for re-releasing them. I judge when that's all they release on the console, and there's no effort into, other games.
See, I'm less fussed about whether it's from third party or first party. For me, what I just want is like what the 3DS had, which was a consistent release schedule of this month you are getting this big game, next month you're getting this big game. Because the 3DS seemed to hit a good stride of one big game a month, and I kind of think that's a good system, and that's something the Switch should try and do, especially if they're toning down the 3DS so they can have all their studios working on the one system.
Yeah, that'll be...
Because that was the Wii U's downfall, really, just lack of games, full stop.
Yeah. And that's, I think I was saying that, which is why I do think the 3DS will go at some point, because they'll want to focus all the resources on pushing the Switch out.
I think 3DS has this year in it,
Yeah.
and then next year it's going to be heavily starting to wind down.
Yeah. But then again, I hope their online works properly. We've played Super Smash, we've played Mario Kart. We know what the online can be like for Nintendo. It's not brilliant.
But they look like they're making changes, just from what you know already.
Yeah, definitely, but I just hope that carries on and they keep supporting it and stuff as well.
Yeah, I mean, with all the news, like, downloads are binded to accounts. Like, thank God.
Yeah, finally.
Thank God.
Have you reserved your Nintendo ID yet?
I have my Nintendo Network ID.
No, I think you've got a new one for this.
Yeah, it's a new one for Nintendo Switch.
That makes no sense.
But I think you can merge it with the other one. It's to get your name, because I think they're allowing longer names for it.
I'll just merge it with it. I have Slazo King. I don't need.
Well, but I couldn't.
Hopefully this goes out. Does this go out before or after? Before, is it?
It comes out.
Oh, everyone's gonna rush who's listening to this to get Slazo King now.
I can't imagine anyone's gonna have Geordie Squires either. I mean, how many Geordies are around called Squires? But
if he goes like you can't, I tried to take Slazo and it was like, no, you've got to have at least 6 characters, and I was like, that's no fun.
But yeah, I just think for the future we just need it to be supported a lot, like what you were saying, release schedule, online still supported. I think they're the main things really.
Pretty much.
Game wise, we're getting Fire Emblem, we're getting Mario, we'll obviously be getting another Zelda in about 4 years time or something, and stuff like that. And then Virtual Console, I really want GameCube games, but I hope they put out some good GameCube games.
Whoa, okay.
Do you
GameCube
know how
is a never-ending classic library.
But that's the thing, though. But you had, for the other consoles, you have some games that aren't. I wouldn't class as being brilliant, if you know what I mean. And I just hope they don't. Oh, we'll put this one out when you've got Pikmin standing there, you've got Sunshine there. Oh, we'll put this other game out.
Hope. That's the thing. I don't mind the drip feed with the GameCube one, but I hope if they do put, say, N64 titles on there, it's not, this week you get this week you get... It's like, no, here's everything we can put on there in one go. Yeah,
because imagine, you're waiting for, Sunshine. Right, so this week's going to be Beautiful Joe. The week after, we're going to have Billy Hatcher.
I'd buy Beautiful Joe. I'd buy Billy Hatcher.
I'd probably buy them, but I'd be a little bit disappointed.
I'm not taking that attitude with
That's what I would go with. But I just hope it's good, and maybe they do release them all at the same time. Laura, have you got any hopes for the Nintendo Switch's future apart from you owning one?
Just to have the games that convince me to buy it. It's probably my only hope, isn't it?
She wants Kirby. That's
Oh, Kirby! I want Kirby. I do.
Oh my God!
I want a good Kirby game.
Comes out on the Virtual Console. I'll be all over that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Kirby, Luigi. I like Luigi games. I say Luigi games, I literally mean Luigi's Mansion. I love Luigi games. You know that one series
I bet this is the part where she says she's not played Luigi's Mansion 2.
Oh, I have.
Oh, what? Why? What? Oh, wow, okay.
I'm shocked at that as well.
I look like a fool now.
Literally, when they, like, one of the things I kept going on for years was, like, I need more Luigi's Mansion. Give me Luigi Mansion. give me Luigi's Mansion too.
This is all news to me.
Yeah, I bought that on launch, mate.
What?
And finished it.
I'm shocked at that as well, Slazo. I'm
Holy
shocked.
crap.
Yeah.
I used to use my DS a lot more. I even imported games for my DS. I was so enthusiastic for stuff, let's be honest. But if I can have that feeling, I want that feeling with my Nintendo Switch. There you go.
Yeah,
So
that's quite good, yeah.
Pokemon. I want Pokemon on
Pokemon,
Switch.
yeah,
How should I
definitely,
get that?
yeah.
I want to see what the future of Pokemon is.
That'll be good. And not like a Pokemon Coliseum game and stuff like that. Although they were good. I enjoyed them.
No, I would happily have that as well.
Would you?
Basically, I just want a return to good Pokemon games on consoles.
Yeah.
Pokken was a step back in the right direction, but now's the time for a proper.
Yeah. But no, I'm really looking forward to getting mine and playing it.
Yep.
And I think we'll just end on that, about how excited we are for it. And now we'll move on to our top 50, our final segment of the show. Obviously, you know that we've filled the top 50. Well, we haven't at the minute, because we've been kicking a few games out. Laura wants to kick another game out this week. So yeah, take it away, Laura.
I want to kick out Grand Theft Auto 3. Dun dun dun.
Yay! Where did you get that idea from, Laura?
I don't know. It's all completely mine. I'm an independent thinker.
You're a strong, independent woman who needs no Slazo.
Pretty much. Basically, at the time when I was a yes when Squiggy inducted it, I believe.
But now you're a no because I said no, because I kicked out one of your games.
No.
Well, no,
it's because
played
I then went on and played it and revisited GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and GTA San Andreas. And then I literally, after that, put GTA San Andreas into the top 50. As you do.
Yeah.
And it's and basically, it's just, I don't think the top 50 needs 2 GTA games. I know we spoke about Series 7 2 with the Mario thing last week. Oh, sorry, the week before that. Whenever we did that. Whenever I was
you
here.
tried to get Galaxy out, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But basically, I don't think it's worth it. I think GTA 3 was a nostalgic vote on my part, and I think nostalgia on yours. I think you could now, if you went and played them, you'd vote San Andreas and be like, that's enough.
I think in hindsight, I'd probably have Vice City in there above Grand Theft Auto 3.
Wow, I preferred 3 just because I like the simplicity of the story, but I can see why you'd put Vice City in over 3 as well.
I think in hindsight, I would do that, but the reason I put it in was because it was the first 3D Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
and to
be fair, it is really good. Like, I did enjoy playing it, but then once I played Vice City and San Andreas, I was like, I can't say it's a top 50 game anymore.
I don't think it's aged as well as what I think it has.
No, I still think you'd enjoy it. Like, I'm not gonna moan about it and stuff like that, but when you compare it to what San Andreas did in terms of scope, terms of gym, terms of all the RPG elements they added on, everything.
Gym.
There was gyms and stuff. That's what I mean, like the whole workout body. Not a guy called Jim.
I remember Jim.
Yeah. Yeah. When you look at it like that. Yeah, I think it doesn't deserve its place, and that's why I want to vote it out and replace it with something else.
Okay. Are you just gonna get rid of it and we're gonna replace it later on down the line?
I think I want to see if we can get rid of it and replace it.
If you really want, I could nominate a game in this podcast to go in.
You know what? We'll save it for next week. We'll save the nomination for next week. So we'll just take a vote on if Grand Theft Auto 3 is going to be kicked out of the top 50. Laura, it's a yes from you, obviously. Slazo, I'm going to assume it's a yes from you as well.
Yep, for me.
Yeah, and to be honest, I nominated it. It's a yes from me as well.
It's a case of, don't get me wrong, GTA is cool, but we have a better GTN in there.
Yeah,
so
in hindsight, I think it's probably the worst of the 3 PS2 GTAs. But I think my reasons for putting it in were that it was the first 3D one, and that's the main reason behind it. But the other 2 games did it better.
Yeah,
but
don't get me wrong, I won't deny it's probably still a good game, but it's been bad.
Yeah, definitely. So GTA 3's been kicked out. We have 47
games now back in there.
So, Slazo next week is going to nominate a game.
Yep.
And that'll be episode 73. This has been episode 72 of the Party Chat Podcast. It's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoy your Nintendo Switch, if you get it. And Horizon. I'm getting these dates right. I'm not getting confused.
Yeah. Celebrate Pokemon. Celebrate #Pokemon Day. It's all great.
Yeah, celebrate all that. Yeah, have a good week. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.